Is this the real life taken? This father ended up rescuing his missing 14-year-old daughter after believing that she had been trafficked. This poor girl endured 27 days of trauma, and it turned out that this wasn't just some elaborate hoax or story that was taken off of the popular movie Taken with Liam Neeson. This was real, and there has been an arrest made in her case. And also a boat that has been impounded for evidence. You are such a genuine gem. Thank you for clicking on my video. I'm Brooke Makenna, and today's case is a wild and ongoing one. And if you haven't heard, this is the case of Emma Ray Gervasi. She was just rescued January 3rd. But I quickly want to thank our sponsor, Pair Eyewear. Now, Pair Eyewear is redefining eyewear with their easy, affordable, and customizable glasses. You can either get your prescription in them, or you can just do a blue light glasses, which helps save your eyes if you're constantly looking at a screen. But they offer a virtual try-on, so you can figure out which style that you want. I got the Wanda, and you can see how it fits your face. And then once you choose that base frame, which is actually, I chose the clear ones here, then you can just enter your prescription or get blue light glasses. But that is not all, because that's where the fun begins. With Pair, the base frame is only one version to wear your glasses. They have magnetic top frames that you can add on for a whole different style. No matter what your mood or your outfit is, you can just change them up and have a whole different pair of glasses. So for me, I got a pair of burnt orange, one of my favorite colors, but then I also got a patterned daisy print, and then I got a red sparkle that I thought would be really cute. And it's so easy to change it up and to have a whole different look and to figure out what exactly you want to go with your outfit. What I love most about the Pair Eyewear is their Pair for a Pair program, which gives glasses to children in need. And so if you want to purchase some Pair Eyewear, click the link in my description for 15% off, or use the code Brooke Mckenna 15 for your first pair. And now let's get back to the story. So just last month, on December 9th of 2024, Emma Ray Gervasi was reported missing by her parents in Patchogue, Long Island, New York. Now, Emma Ray was a 14-year-old born on February 26th of 2010, last seen around 5 p.m. on December 9th. She was at her parents' home on Tyrell Street in Patchogue, and right outside their home would be the last time that she would be seen. She had black hair, brown eyes, and she was standing at around 5'4", weighing about 120 pounds. She also had a tattoo on the back of her neck, as well as a rose on her arm. She was last seen wearing black stretch pants and a black shirt with no shoes and no coat, even though it was pouring down rain. Now, Emma Ray was at home during that time with her stepmother, who she lived with. It was her stepmother and her father, and she would tell her stepmother that she was going outside to grab something from the family car. So she went out on this very rainy night with no coat or shoes. She was just saying that she was going to quickly get it and come back in for dinner. Her father, Frank, showed investigators footage from outside of their home that showed an unknown car pulling up to their driveway and their daughter either getting in or being pulled into the vehicle. It was grainy footage, so they couldn't see exactly what had happened, but this is when she went missing. Frank believed that she might have left willingly to get something out of the car, but maybe she was pulled in to this random person's car after that. Now, missing persons posters were made and posted to her father Frank's Facebook page, urging anyone with information to either contact the 5th Precinct of Suffolk County Police at 631-854-8500, or Frank's own number, which was 631-294-0265. Now, this is an important fact that Frank had placed his own number to the public that we will get further into later. But Frank began searching the community, scouring the streets days and nights to find his daughter. He was not sleeping. He had been passing out posters, even talking to the locals, going door to door to see if they had seen anything. And the Suffolk County Police Department were involved in this case as well. well. However, due to the fact that this was such a young girl and she hadn't been gone for a full 24 hours at this point, of course the police often have the red tape that they cannot get through to immediately begin investigating. So her father was the one doing most of the work in this investigation from the very beginning. But they were able to find out exactly what Emma Ray had been doing the day that she vanished. She had spent time at her stepmother's job, and then she visited her dad at his office. And that evening, before they all had dinner together, she was actually on the phone with her father, who was coming home from work. She was asking him what they were going to do for dinner, and then they ended the call saying, "I love you." So they all planned to have dinner as soon as Frank got home. But according to a family friend, Stephanie Biondi, Emma Ray had been working through some trauma over the past few months, and she had had trauma for the past few years. She was even going to a horse ranch as part of her healing process through this, and her father and stepmother were really helping her to heal. She also allegedly did not have a cell phone, and so her family didn't know how she could have been in contact with anybody to come and pick her up if that's actually what had occurred, and this person had come on request of Emma Ray to get her that evening. Now, by December 11th, which was 3 days missing, according to her father Frank, who counts the 9th as a day that she was missing in case the timeline kind of seems skewed to you. So the 9th, the 10th, and the 11th. It was 3 days missing, and Frank posted on Facebook saying, "My nightmare is still real. I need to find my daughter." The next day, on December 12th, Frank announced that they had a reward offering $10,000 for any information or for someone who brings her home safely. That same day, Frank spoke about how much he appreciated all this support through the social media. He explained that if he didn't respond right away, it was because he was out looking for his daughter. Now, by the 13th, which was 5 days missing, the reward actually increased to $15,000 to anyone who brought her home safe or gave information on finding her. Frank was posting his own cell phone number everywhere, urging the public to contact him and asking the public to keep reposting anything about his daughter. And on that post alone, he received 7,000 shares. On December 18th, 10 days missing, Frank reposted a post that the Gabby Petito's Families page had written about Emma Ray. And the next day, he posted a photo of his daughter saying, "It's every parent's nightmare and my reality. Missing your child is something no parent should have to go through. The pain in your heart waiting for that phone call is a feeling I can't describe. Please, Emma, if you can read this, please come home. No questions asked. If you have my daughter, let her go and bring her back safely. I promise you I will spend the rest of my life looking for you. If it's the last thing I ever do, I will find her, and whoever has her, that's a promise. Do the right thing and let her go before it's too late. We are coming for you. Emma, we love you." You could tell that during this time, Frank didn't know whether Emma Ray was staying away due to her own accord or if something horrific had happened, but he was prepared for both cases and putting it out there that either way, he was getting his daughter back. And so by December 20th, which was 12 days missing, Frank told Patch News that Emma Ray had run away before. She had done this occasionally, and anytime she did, she would usually call him within a day or so. So he said since it had been 2 weeks and she hadn't called, he knew something was wrong, that they had exhausted all leads and they still couldn't find her. They feared that she could be hurt or even worse, and Frank had a really bad feeling, but he wasn't giving up hope. This was the longest that Emma Ray had gone without contacting anyone, and he said that he couldn't imagine why she wouldn't reach out to him if she could. Now, the Suffolk police spokeswoman announced that they were continuing to investigate Emma Ray's disappearance, and there were no updates in the case, but all leads were being followed up on. They then placed Emma Ray on the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and they also posted her on their personal Facebook page under Missing Monday. It had also been found that on December 10th, so the day after she had vanished, she had been seen in surveillance footage at a motel. This was at a Bohemia hotel, and it looked as though she was going around and knocking on a whole bunch of doors. But then she vanished from the footage once again. It was not still at that motel. Now, Bohemia was about 10 minutes from her home. Now, on December 24th, which was Christmas Eve, her dad wrote, "Christmas Eve and hoping for a miracle. As the days roll on, I miss her more and more every day. The questions and the what ifs will drive you nuts. It never ceases to amaze me what cruel, mean people there are in this world. How you can mess with someone or call in a bull report just to get my hopes up and watch me drive around. I will remind you that karma is real and what comes around goes around. Do the right thing. If you have seen her or know where she is at, make a call and it will be kept private. If it were your child, you would want the same done. Emma, if you can read this, we love you and come home, sweetheart. If you have her, let her go because karma won't be good for you." Now, Frank would post his first video on social media about the disappearance that same day, and he was a father on a mission. In an eerie statement, he ended this video with a message to the possible kidnapper saying, "We're coming for you."
Good morning. I'm making this message because there's been a lot of confusion on social media about my daughter. Emma Ray is still missing and is a troubled teen, but it doesn't discount the fact that she's my daughter. So I appreciate all the negative comments to just keep them to yourself, unless you really understand what it is to go through something like this as a parent. Then just keep the comments to yourself. We're actively looking for her, and we'll stop at nothing to find her. I just want to make it clear to whoever has my daughter that she needs to come home. And we're actively looking for her. We're also looking for you. And I think it would probably be better if the cops find you at this point than we do. But either way, she needs to come home. She's only a kid. She needs to be let go. So I'm begging you guys, if you've seen her out there, please report it to 911 immediately, and or call the police, call my phone number. And if you have her, just know that we're coming for you. Have a nice day.
This appeared to be a real-life taken movie plot where the father was determined to do everything and anything to get his daughter back. He was not afraid of the evil that might be involved. He was searching on Christmas Day, saying that all he wanted for Christmas was to bring his daughter home. December 25th, Christmas Day, 17 days missing. He wrote, "Good morning, Merry Christmas. We are still out looking, leaving no stone unturned until I find Emma Ray. Dead or alive, I will bring her home." And then after that, he attached this video.
Good morning, guys. Merry Christmas. I'm out here driving around looking for my beautiful little girl, Emma Ray. And I appreciate all the support on social media. Again, it's those posts that are going to help bring her home. The one post that you don't want to share, that you decide to share, that could be the post that leads to, bringing her home alive. Again, we don't know where she is right now. We're exhausting all leads and leaving nothing unturned. However, I don't know if I'm looking for a dead body at this point or if I'm looking for my daughter alive. I'm trying to stay positive and think that I'm going to bring her home alive. But it's pretty sad having to look for your daughter on, Christmas Day in the seedy parts of town, and just hoping something pulls through or a Christmas miracle and we bring her home. I'm out here now running down some leads, and the police department's doing an amazing job on their end. They've been very helpful, so I'd like to say thank you to 5th Precinct if they're watching this, and just keep sending the tips in, and we'll do our best to keep forwarding that information to them and myself, and running down leads. Anything I can do to bring my little girl home, I'm going to do, and I'm not going to stop till I have her. So, again, stay vigilant, guys, and stay in touch with me, okay? Thank you.
December 26th, 18 days missing, Emma Ray was found to have an alleged connection to an older man, according to her father. Frank took to Facebook to tell the public about a man who went by what we will refer to as Cheese. Now, the name and identity of this man is available to find online. However, due to no charges being filed against him and no actual evidence that he has anything to do with it, and his threat to sue for defamation against this father, we are going to just be referring to him as a code name Cheese. But like I said, feel free to do the search for yourself on who exactly this is. Frank said that while going through Emma Ray's social media, her family had found that she was talking to a man that was older than her for about a year. Frank also said that this man had been rumored to be looking to talk to him about something. And so he then in this video showed this man's Facebook page and photo and spoke directly to him, saying that his number was online and he could contact him at any point.
Hello, today is December 26th. My daughter's been missing 18 days today, and we still continue to search. But as we go through searching and starting to look through her social media more and more and more and scrutinize some of the guys that have been on there, I come across a guy by the name of, I'm going to show you his photo now. I want everybody to see that. So this guy's been all over my daughter's feed for the last year or so. He's a full-ass grown man. And whether he took my daughter or not, I don't know. But apparently he's looking for me. And that raises a couple of weird suspicions in my eyes that I'm not a very hard guy to find. So I know you're watching this, but if you feel man enough and you want to come talk to me, my name and number is all over social media. Not very hard to find. You don't have to troll around behind my back and text people, hey, do you know this guy? And you know this guy, what's up with this dude? Like, just be a man, even though I know you're not, because you DM 14-year-old and 13-year-old girls. So if you got something to say to me, you can give me a call. You can come find me. I'm sure my address is all over social media. Anytime you feel man enough, you can hit me up. Or you could just crawl back into the little hole you came from and keep DM little girls. Okay, other than that, I have nothing else to say to you, but this is directly for you. If you have a problem with me, you know how to reach me. Have a nice day.
Now, once this video was posted, in the comments, a woman actually alleged that she knew this man, Cheese. She wrote in her comment, "Man is a creep. We worked together when I worked at Bellport Home Depot. He was fired for sexual harassment. I was freshly legal. I think it was 2019, 2020, and he felt the need to touch me inappropriately several times. He was the assets protection guy or the anti-theft employee. He would harass me endlessly, follow me around the store, and apparently watch me on the cameras, and then message me that I look good bending over or on my knees when I would stock the shelves. I went from a point of being slightly consensual to very unsafe and uncomfortable for me to work there. Was traumatized from it being a new employee and working my first corporate job to having to deal with that. Watching this makes my stomach sink hearing his name and nickname for the first time in years." Now, she did respond back to a fellow commenter saying that she did not go to the police and report this, as she had talked to the higher-ups at Home Depot, reported him there, and nothing further was done. But Cheese, his actual account, began commenting back to the commenters on this post who were saying things about him. To one commenter who said that they needed to bring his information to the police, he wrote, "Hey, with all the attention that I got from this, I'm confident that they already have my information and already have conducted an investigation into me. However, they won't find anything wrong, and that I'm not involved with this situation in any way other than me being an A on Facebook." 19 days missing, 20 days missing, and 21 days missing. On December 27th, 28th, and 29th, Frank posted new updates confirming that his daughter still had not been found. He was answering questions on what the public could do to help, and he also spoke a little bit about who Emma Ray was and the background that she had. You know, he spoke about the amount of trauma that she had been through and that she sometimes does run away from home. She didn't make the best decisions, but she was a really good person. And he mentioned that recently she was doing really well.
Day 19, I'm still looking for Emma Ray. I just want to put this video out there because the more videos I post on her, the more exposure we get with this, the better chances we have of finding my daughter. So we're on day 19, and I can't begin to tell you the pain in my heart that I feel every moment for my little girl. I'm hoping she's alive, I'm hoping that she's safe, and I'm hoping she comes home. But I'm fearful at the same time that something bad has happened to her. I also feel that she's being held against her will, and the longer this goes on, the more in danger she is. So we need to get her home. I need these videos to be posted, please, more frequently. And you guys are doing an amazing job getting the videos out there, getting the exposure out. I mean, the support I'm getting from the community has been amazing. I'm not going to get into all the little baby shit about the other guy. I'm not going to mention his name right now. Please, you know, do what you can, keep reposting stuff. I'm checking a bunch of leads now that, again, always looks promising, but you know, you never know what you're going to turn up. You know, as messed up as this world is, there's still a lot of good people out there, and I appreciate the support. So thank you. Today is day 21. Still no sign of Emma Ray. We were out late last night till about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, dealing with some crazy stuff that we're getting ourselves into looking for her. But at the end of the day, we still don't have my baby girl. A lot of people ask me about Emma Ray's background, and there's, you know, a little bit of confusion about that, and I really don't want to get into it too much, but she's a beautiful, smart little girl that's you know, had some trouble throughout her life, you know, a lot of trauma that she's hurting from inside. And you know, as much as I've been trying to get her help and do what I need to do as a dad, she still manages sometimes to run away from her problems, and you know, she can't cope with the noises in her head. That being said, she's never really been out of my sight more than, you know, she has done this a handful of times. It's been a day or two. She's always called and reached out to me. And recently, she's been doing amazing. There's been zero sign of this. So like I said, I do believe that she wasn't intended on leaving. I feel that she might have went outside my driveway to get something and was pulled inside the car. Pressure is on for me as a dad to find her and help her. You know, and the detective squad, the 5th precinct, they're all doing a great job, even though, you know, I call them every 3 minutes with new leads and things like that. But I think as a joint effort, that's what's going to bring my little girl home. As a dad, I find it hard to just continue my life. I wake up every day and feel defeated. I'm on 3 hours sleep, and every day I want to quit. Every day I want to quit. But I just know she needs me. She's out there somewhere, and she needs her dad. So the search continues every day.
3 weeks into the search for the 14-year-old, on December 30th, the community actually organized a search in the Shirley area, which was a neighborhood that Emma Ray was known to frequent prior to her vanishing. So Frank found out that volunteers had set this up, and he actually went and joined them. And he stated that there had been rumors that Emma Ray had been seen in Shirley after she had vanished.
Hello guys, today is day 22. Unfortunately, Emma Ray is still missing. We're still out looking for her nonstop. I think I sleep like 3 hours a day, if that's a lot at this point. I can't really rest my head because Emma's just on my head all day long, all night, wondering where she is, what's going on with her. Is she okay? Is she not okay? These are all the things that run through your head as a parent. Yeah, I mean, this is amazing how people are just taking time out of their day to step up to help find my daughter. It's appreciated. I need to find my little girl. It's 22 days too long, and it's chewing me up.
But later that day, Frank recorded himself sitting at an address of interest from the tips that he had gotten from the public. He was actively out debunking these leads to make sure that he was not missing anything.
Hey guys, day 22. Emma Ray's still missing. We're out here doing our detective work, and sitting on an address of interest right now. Not saying it's promising at all, but this is what I do. I get leads and I track them down, and I pass off what I can to the precinct, because they're the ones that are doing the, you know, a lot of work also. But I have my own things going on. I'm trying to locate my daughter. I'm not going to stop till I do.
But this was also the day that this cheese man posted a series of messages on his own page, the only post that appears to be public. Cheese wanted to clear his name, and he wrote, "Frank deliberately made false accusations about me in this video, and as a result of it going viral, it interrupted my life and it forever damaged my reputation." That goes way beyond Facebook and far beyond the eyes and ears of the people from Long Island. I had nothing to do with his daughter's disappearance. I never had any contact with her or any communication with her, and I was never out here looking for Frank. Yet he said it in the video anyway. That man did wrong by me, and I've been fighting like hell to prove that this wasn't the case for nearly 4 days. I might be a creep, I might be a weirdo, but I'm a law-abiding citizen. I didn't kidnap this girl, and I didn't slide into her DMs. I just didn't. But nobody hears me. Nobody cares. What more can I do but tell the truth until Frank or the authorities clear my name from this situation? Now, he also posted another message which stated that he was in Puerto Rico with his father at the time due to his mother's passing, and that he hasn't been feeling good since all of this came out about Emma Ray and her disappearance. He said that upon his return to Long Island, he will willingly give himself up to authorities because he was never involved in the first place. He also said he's going to pursue legal action against these men who were talking about him for public display of humiliation and defamation. Unfortunately, 23 days later, on December 31st, Frank had been searching all night to no avail. He then headed to that community search party, and Frank was interviewed along with members of the community before the search. Many had strong emotions, having children of their own and wanting to help Frank find his daughter.
We just want to hear her voice again. We want to see her. We want to know that she's okay.
It takes a community. Sorry.
And I can't imagine the pain the parents are going through.
I feel for them.
I'm here to support, like everybody else, in the effort to find this young girl.
To see everybody pull together is pretty amazing.
But nothing was found during this search either.
So I just wanted to touch on a subject that just came to my mind. We're at day 23 of this, and I get so many people sending me mixed reviews of what I should be doing and what I shouldn't be doing and blah, blah, blah. If you're a parent and you've ever walked in my shoes, then you will understand what it's like to feel when your kid is missing. If you've never walked in my shoes, then you'll probably never understand what that feeling is like. So many mixed opinions about sit back and let the police do their job and things like that. But this little girl means so much to me and my wife and family that I will not stop looking for her until I find her. I will spend every single minute of my day and life looking for her, because that's what she needs. She doesn't need me to sit back and relax and just sit on the couch. She needs me out there looking for her. She needs Dad's help. So, you know, I appreciate all the comments and everything, but I don't know, unless you've walked in my shoes, you probably don't understand what it's like to be in this position and what it feels like to not know where your kid is, not know if she's okay or alive, if she needs your help or if she doesn't. It's an awful feeling.
While many were celebrating the new year on January 1st, this was the 24th day that these parents had no idea where their daughter was. By the next day, Frank was worried that Emma's life was at risk and that he was searching for a dead body. He was upset at the users of social media who were spreading rumors and misinformation, and he then released a message directly to Emma Ray.
Good morning, guys. Today's day 24. Hate to report that there's zero signs of my daughter, despite the search yesterday, that I greatly appreciated. Thank you guys all for coming out, supporting us, and looking for Emma. There will be another search soon. So if you have my daughter, just let her go and let her be on her way. Morning, guys. Day 25 in the search for my daughter. I just want to put some things out there. I have been tirelessly working to find my daughter, and I will not stop till I do. And like I said, I fear that she's in danger. We're all working 24/7 right now to find her. I'm working with the PD, who is doing a fantastic job. Day 25, I'm making this video speaking to my beautiful daughter, Emma Ray. This is a video for you. Emma, if you hear this video, we love you very much. We miss you, and we want you to come home. I know you think you're too far in this to come back, or you might get yourself into serious trouble if you do come back, but I assure you, you're going to be fine. And I assure you that life is better here than on the other side. We are all praying for you, Emma. and we love you very much. You know how much I love you, sweetheart. If you're being held captive, well, just know that we're going to come get you out of there, okay? And that Daddy loves you very much. So keep your head up, and just know that I'm coming back for you, okay? I love you, sweetheart.
Around this time was when the news finally picked up this story and actually began talking about Emma Ray. So Frank told Pix 11 that he believed his daughter was being held against her will. He urged the kidnappers to let his baby go. The next post on January 3rd shocked everyone. At 10:38 in the morning, Frank posted, "I found Emma. Please give me some time and I will address the public in a few. Thanks. Prayers answered." He then reposted about the discovery of Emma Ray, and he reposted this around 2:15 p.m. on January 3rd, and her statement read, "We are relieved to share that Emma is safe and currently receiving care at the hospital after enduring 27 days of trauma. I've been able to hug her and we are so grateful to have her back." To address any misinformation, Emma was found in Islip by her father thanks to a crucial tip. She was not there willingly and she was overjoyed to see Frank when reunited. This is an ongoing investigation involving multiple individuals, and we cannot provide details at this time regarding how she ended up there or who took her. So on day 27, January 4th at 9:50 a.m., Frank confirmed that he had found his daughter the day prior and she was alive. Frank explained that he had gotten an anonymous tip from a female who claimed that his daughter was on a boat in Islip. Now, Frank followed this tip, and when he met up with the tipster, she was actually afraid to go onto the boat where she claimed his daughter was. She said that there were very dangerous people on board, and so Frank himself then busted onto this boat and found his daughter alive but traumatized. No one else was on the boat at the time, but this father did not stop searching for his daughter, and due to his efforts and his own search and rescue, she is safe and recovering.
Good morning, guys. Today is day 27, and I proudly am very happy to tell you guys that Emma Ray was found yesterday. She is home. She is in a facility right now getting the help she needs and is safe. That being said, there's a lot to discuss here on this video. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the community for all the support you guys gave us, posting all the videos, social media videos, and the flyers that helped me to get an anonymous tip yesterday. And I want to thank that person on this video, I'm not going to mention her name, for coming forward and giving me an information about my daughter. And the phone call that I received was that she was on a boat in Islip. I didn't want to believe at the time. I did follow that up on my own. I drove down there. The lady who gave me the tip was afraid to go in the boat, believed to be with some dangerous people, etc. I still wasn't sure if it was a legit lead or not. That being said, I'm not going to talk about too much on social media about the guys involved or any really of the events, but I did bust into the boat and recover my daughter. I did clear the boat. There was nobody else on the boat at the time when I got there. Unbeknownst to me, I didn't know who was inside at the time as the curtains were drawn on the boat. That being said, she's safe and alive, and I believe it was persistency that helped bring her home. Guys, when kids go missing, the police department is inundated with tips. They're trying to find your kid. I've been through this a bunch of times already, but that being said, there's only so much they can do to help you bring your kid home. You have to be an active participant in bringing your kid home. I almost didn't follow this tip. I almost blew it off because it sounded bogus. That's why you got to follow up on everything. That being said, we are bringing an organization here to Long Island. As you can see my shirt, Protect Our Children, started by a very good friend of mine, Pete, out in Staten Island. He runs POC over there. It's a not-for-profit for helping families, recovering their children, kids that are being bullied, things like that. That being said, Emma has a long road of recovery ahead of her, and we're going to do everything possible to get her the help she needs. She's an amazing kid. From a dad's standpoint, when I recovered her and I had her safe in my arms, regardless of the condition she was in, she was still alive and safe in my arms. The joy that comes over you when you find your child is a feeling that only a parent that has gone through this would understand, of this elation. Like, God gave me a gift yesterday, and I was starting to lose hope. Actually, I woke up yesterday, I wanted to give up. You know, I wanted to die. I just didn't know where my little girl was. I appreciate all the support from everybody, and having her safe in my arms was just the most amazing feeling in the world. And I continue and vow to help other families navigate through this stuff. And I will continue to update on Emma Ray's progress and things like that.
Emma Ray was found to be on a docked boat in the canal outside of Whitecap Fish Market in Islip. Now, this is about 16 minutes away from her home, and it is believed that she initially left her home with a man she met online, but was later dropped off and picked up by a random 65-year-old stranger who ended up taking her to this boat against her will.
To see her alive in my arms, it was a gift from God. We spent the whole day with her at the hospital yesterday, and she is in recovery right now. I think she was afraid to come back home because of the consequences and things like that, and somehow got picked up by some random guy, who I don't want to mention names, ended up in a trailer park, was then transported to this boat.
Now, due to so many questions regarding this disappearance and rescue, Frank answered a few questions in a video. Something that instantly stood out about this video was the hashtag, which was trafficking. Though he couldn't share everything, especially identities that were involved due to this ongoing and active investigation and by the police department, Frank did confirm that he believed that his daughter had been forced into sex trafficking, that she was not allowed to leave that boat and was being forced to do things that a 14-year-old should never do. He mentioned that although his daughter was alone on that boat, she had been told that there was a lookout boat nearby and that they were watching her to make sure she didn't leave. On January 6th, 3 days since Emma Ray had been rescued and found alive by her own father, social media began to turn on the family. Many were trying to debunk this disappearance and claim that Emma Ray had run away on her own. It was all a hoax, and there were also people who were making fake donation pages to steal money from the public. But the most shocking statement came when Frank claimed that a man had already been arrested in this case. And sure enough, that night it came out that a 65-year-old man named Francis Buckheit from Islip was arrested.
There is definitely one guy in custody already for her disappearance. It'll be on the news tonight. It's a man by the name of Francis Buckheit. It's from Islip. And there's probably a lot more going on.
This was announced and confirmed by the Suffolk police and the defense attorney, who was Danielle Marie Papa, who confirmed that Francis Buckheit entered a not guilty plea on charges of SA, kidnapping, and child endangerment. The date of this crime was listed as December 13th, 5 days after she was last seen. He is now being held without bail. Now, while Frank began talking about Francis Buckheit and the fact that he was being charged in his daughter's disappearance, a woman named Erica DeCiccio O'Britis commented on this post that her mother had been found dead on Francis's boat last year in December, but that the police had basically wrote it off as an accidental overdose. She wrote, "Wow, put this animal away." Now, this has yet to be confirmed. Frank has created a Venmo for donations for his daughter's recovery after being asked to do so. I will leave that on the screen if you want to use the QR code, or the link in the description if you would like to donate. It's unknown exactly what Emma Ray has gone through, but her family is regarding it as 27 days of hell. I just want to wrap her in a huge virtual hug and let her know that we all are supporting her. This truly does seem like the movie Taken, and this father showed how much he truly cared about his daughter and the efforts that he went to find her, and the fact that those efforts actually panned out and he was able to rescue her. I can't imagine the relief that this family feels, and I just know that they're going to give Emma Ray so much support. Frank has since spoken to the New York Post and revealed that Emma Ray had been picked up by a man she was talking to online that evening, and he actually removed her ankle monitoring bracelet that she had been ordered to wear previously. He then mentioned that unsavory characters put her under the influence of heavy drugs to get her addicted that night that she vanished, and she began to wander around lost. During this time was when she was picked up for trafficking, and there were others involved, including the boat crew who was holding her at a hotel before forcing her onto the boat. He alleged that Emma Ray had heard the crew talking about moving the boat right before she was rescued. Emma Ray allegedly saw her dad come onto the boat to rescue her, and she said, "Oh my God, Dad, what are you doing here? Thank God." Then she gave him a big hug. The next update that I do have in this case is that on January 8th, Frances Buckheit is going to be in court for the first time. If you want, I can do an update on this case once more information comes out. I hope that she does end up speaking out as she feels right in doing so, and telling her story and kind of being an advocate for what not to do and how not to get yourself in these situations. I think this case is very much a warning to young people talking to anybody online or to running away and getting with the wrong people. There are some truly evil people out there, and it can be extremely hard to get away if you get yourself in these situations. And Emma Ray was very lucky in the fact that her father found her. But that's not always the case. Let me know if you do want updates. I know that her father, Frank, is continuing to post on Facebook, giving kind of little snippets of exactly what had happened during the rescue, and I'm sure more is going to come out in the actual investigation due to the fact that that boat that she was found on being impounded as evidence by the police department, and an arrest has already been made for very horrific charges. And so I'm sure that there is so much more to come that I wanted to let you guys know now as it is happening, and that this girl has been found alive. She needs support. Make sure you are subscribed, give this video a thumbs up, and comment down below what an incredible story of survival and of rescue by her own father. Don't forget to speak up. Your voice is powerful enough, and I love you to absolute pieces.